When Zhuangzi's wife died, his friend went to visit him. He expected silence. He expected sorrow. He expected a man broken by loss. But when he entered the room, he found something strange. Zhuangzi was sitting on the ground beside a clay basin, tapping it gently and singing. To many people, this sounds almost. How could a husband sing after losing? Was it heartlessness? Or had Zhuangzi seen something deeper? That death was not disappearance, but a return to the great transformation of life. Zhuangzi was one of the great philosophers of ancient China. He is remembered as one of the most important voices in Taoist thought. His stories often feel strange at first. They are full of dreams, paradoxes, questions, and quiet reversals. Again and again, Zhuangzi asks us to loosen our grip on what we think we know. He asks us to see life not as something fixed, but as part of one great movement. A movement of change. A movement of return. And among all the stories told about him, this story of his wife's death is one of the deepest. After his wife died, his friend Hizi came to comfort him. But what Hizi saw deeply disturbed him. Zhuangzi was not weeping. He was not sitting in silence. He was not acting in the way people expected a grieving husband to act. Instead, he sat calmly beside a clay basin. He tapped the basin, and he sang. Hizi could not understand it. To him, this seemed heartless. How could a husband sing after losing the woman he loved? But Zhuangzi did not say that he felt nothing. This is important. He was not beyond grief. He was not made of stone. He was not pretending that death meant nothing. He said that at first, he grieved like anyone else. He felt the loss. He felt the absence. He felt the sorrow that comes when someone beloved is no longer there. But then, he looked more deeply. Before his wife was born, she had no form. Before form, there was no life. Before life, there was no breath. Then, through the quiet movement of the breath gathered, form appeared to being. Great transformation. This is one of the deepest ideas in Taoist thought. Everything changes, everything flows. Nothing remains fixed forever. Day becomes night. Winter becomes spring. Cloud becomes rain. Rain becomes mist. And later, new growth appears. The world is not still. It is always becoming. In our modern lives, we often experience death as an absolute rupture. Someone was here, and then they are gone. Taoist thought does not deny the pain of this rupture. but he places death inside a wider rhythm. Life and death are not two enemies, standing apart from one another. They are movements within one continuous process. So why did Zhuangzi sing? He sang not because he forgot his wife, not because he did not love her, and grief. He sang because struggle had softened into understanding. He saw that resisting the great movement of change would be like asking winter not to arrive, or asking night not to fall. There is something beautiful and unsettling in this. Beautiful because it suggests that death is not outside the order of things. Unsettling because it asks us to loosen our desperate need to hold. And that is hard, very hard. Zhuangzi's story is not telling us that we must sing when we are broken. It is not asking us to rush beyond sorrow. It is simply showing us that grief may one day open into another kind of understanding. This is where many people misunderstand Zhuangzi. He was not teaching coldness. He was teaching spaciousness. There is a difference. Coldness says, "It's not mother." Spaciousness says, "This matters deeply, but it belongs to something larger than my grasp." In that sense, Taoism does not erase love. It changes the way love holds on. Perhaps love does not end when a body ends. Perhaps it changes form, as all things do. A memory, a name, a habit of setting out tea, a candle lit quietly in the evening, turns when moonlight enters the room. These are not the same as a living presence, but neither are they nothing. They are part of how love continues. For those of us living with grief, Zhuangzi's story may not remove pain. It may not comfort us immediately, but it may offer a different question. Not, how do I stop grieving? But, how do I live inside change without losing love? This is a gentler question, a more human one. Perhaps remembrance is not a refusal to move on. Perhaps it is a way of giving love a place to remain while life continues to flow. A photograph, a candle, a cup of tea, a name spoken again, a story told softly, a memorial page opened in the quiet of the evening. These gestures do not reverse death. They do not bring someone back, but they help the living continue with tenderness. They give grief a shape. They give memory a place. They allow love to keep moving forward. When He saw Zhuangzi singing, he saw something that seemed impossible, but perhaps what he witnessed was not the absence of grief. Perhaps it was the beginning of peace. Not peace because loss is small, but peace because life is large. Zhuangzi reminds us that love and grief do not have to be enemies. And death, however painful, may still belong to a what leaves us does not always disappear. Sometimes it changes form, Remembrance itself becomes the quiet place where love continues.